Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Thursday, February 3rd, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Miami Heat vs San Antonio Spurs. The offense struggled in their last game when they fell 110-106 on the road in Toronto. They shot just 8 of 30 from deep and committed 16 turnovers. The Raptors were able to grab 15 offensive boards against the Heat, who were at almost full strength. Bam finished with a team-high 32 points and 11 boards. Butler added 16 points and 12 assists, and Tyler Herro came off the bench to pour in 18 points and 5 assists. However, that was not enough as they ran into the buzzsaw that has been Gary Trent Jr. He dropped 33 on the Heat and extended his 30-plus point game streak to 5. San Antonio comes into this game fresh off of an emotional loss versus the shorthanded Golden State Warriors. Meanwhile, the Heat are mired in a 3-game slide. Still, this looks like a good spot for them to bounce back here. Miami comes into this game ranked in the top 10 on both ends of the floor, and the Heat could have Kyle Lowry back for this matchup. Per the Sun Sentinel, Lowry is questionable for Thursday's game following a 9-game absence. Our first betting pick will be Miami Heat. After back-to-back losses, the rumor mill is starting to heat up in San Antonio. The Spurs already dealt Bryn Forbes to the Denver Nuggets 2 weeks ago. Veteran Thaddeus Young is also expected to be on the move, but he isn't the only Spurs player that could change jerseys by the deadline. Jakob Poeltl is also considered to be one of San Antonio's most coveted trade targets. The big man has drawn interest from the Brooklyn Nets, who could send back a worthwhile package of young players and picks to sway San Antonio's front office. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Spurs rank 18th in the NBA with an adjusted plus 0.2 net rating. San Antonio sports the 13th best adjusted offensive rating in the league at 111.6, but it ranks 19th on defense with an adjusted 111.4 mark. Suddenly mired in a 3-game skid, the Heat are in the midst of a 6-game road trip that will extend until next weekend. Miami is apparently seeking help in the paint, and sharpshooter Duncan Robinson could be seen as expendable. The Heat and Houston Rockets apparently floated the idea of a trade for Christian Wood, according to Heavy.com, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see Miami get creative ahead of the trade deadline. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Heat have slid down to 7th in the NBA with an adjusted plus 3.4 net rating through 52 games. Miami is ranked 8th in the league with an adjusted 112.3 offensive rating and 9th defensively with an adjusted 108.9 mark. Our second betting pick will be over plus 220. Sacramento Kings vs Golden State Warriors. Jordan Poole had 31 points, including a go-ahead 3-pointer with 17.9 seconds remaining, and the short-handed Warriors defeated the Spurs 124-120 on Tuesday evening. Golden State rallied from a 17-point deficit despite being without Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andrew Wiggins on the second night of a back-to-back. The Warriors are red-hot on a 7-game winning streak and got a confidence boost on Tuesday against the Spurs in a game that they won without Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, or Green. Golden State could be shorthanded again on Thursday, but that shouldn't matter against a Kings team that is one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA and has dropped 5 of its last 7 games against the spread. The Warriors are in the top 2 of the NBA in points, field goal, and 3-point field goal percentage allowed, and in the top 8 in field goal and 3-point field goal percentage on offense. I will ride with the Warriors here. Golden State has too much depth as they have covered in 65% of their games as a home favorite this season. The Kings lost another tough game 116-96 to the New York Knicks on Monday night. Tyrese Haliburton had 21 points and 8 assists for the Kings, who have lost 7 straight overall and 12 in a row on the road. Davion Mitchell added 18 points. Sacramento's last road victory was December 1 at the Los Angeles Clippers. Our first betting pick will be Golden State Warriors minus 13.5. The Warriors have the second best record in the West, 3 games behind the defending conference champion Phoenix Suns, and the second best odds in the NBA to win the World Championship. There was no Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson or Draymond Green in the lineup on Tuesday, but Golden State still extended its current winning streak to 7 games by beating the San Antonio Spurs 124-120. Jordan Poole led the charge with 31 points, followed by Damian Lee with 21 points and Moses Moody with 20 points. Kevin Looney added 12 points and grabbed a team-high 12 rebounds. 7 Kings players reached double figures in points. Harrison Barnes led the Kings' balanced scoring attack with 19 points, and Davion Mitchell and Buddy Hield both added 18. Therese Halliburton had 12 points and 11 assists, and Chimezie Metu finished with 11 points and a team-high 12 rebounds. The Kings' top scorer De'Aaron Fox, 21 ppg, 5.2 assists, last played on January 19 and is questionable with an ankle injury. Harrison Barnes is the team's next leading scorer, averaging 16.5 points and 6.1 rebounds per game. Hield averages 14.7 ppg and Halliburton adds 14.4 ppg and a team-best 7.3 assists. As a team, the Kings are 22nd in offensive efficiency and 13th, scoring 109.3 ppg. The Kings are 28th in scoring and defensive efficiency, allowing 114.5 ppg. Our second betting pick will be under 221. Los Angeles Lakers vs Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers looked fatigued in a 122-116 loss to the Indiana Pacers in their last game. Amir Coffey finished with 27 points and Reggie Jackson had 21 as their 5-game winning streak against Indiana came to an end. Nicholas Batum scored 13 points despite playing with a sore lower back, and Serge Ibaka had 14 points and 11 rebounds. Yes, the Lakers are playing on back-to-back nights, but this game is against the Clippers, for crying out loud. If they can't get up for this matchup, who can they get up for? LeBron James could be out of action again, but that's hardly an excuse with the Clippers missing both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I'm not expecting another 24-point performance from Carmelo Anthony, although it would be a huge lift for the up-and-down Lakers. But I'm also not expecting another 9-point showing from Russell Westbrook. The perennial all-star guard will come alive, alongside Anthony Davis, to put pressure on the Clippers to match them offensively. And that's just something the Clippers can't do right now. The team has the 5th worst defensive efficiency rating in the league, and they're only shooting 44.9% from the floor. This is simply a case of the Lakers having more stars in this head-to-head meeting. Our first betting pick will be Los Angeles Lakers, +3. Well, I wouldn't wager there being as many deep breaths and hands-on hit moments in Thursday's meeting with the Lakers. The Clippers have enjoyed a couple of days of rest leading into this matchup, and they've clearly matched up well with the Lakers in the past. They handed them a 119-115 loss back in December. Of course, Paul George played in that game, and the Clippers were in a much better position than they are now. Sure, the Lakers have a lot of issues, especially on the defensive end of the floor, but they still have Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. Even if LeBron James doesn't suit up, those two stars alone are always capable of taking over a game. The Clippers don't have that player on their roster. They're going to lean solely on good defense and a collective offensive effort. Whether Reggie Jackson and Marcus Morris can make the sort of noise to topple the Lakers remains to be seen. Our second betting pick will be over 217.5. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.